Have you ever heard of El Dorado? The legendary lost city of gold that has captivated the imaginations of explorers, adventurers, and dreamers throughout history. This mythical place, a glittering mirage in the heart of the lush, uncharted territories of the Americas, has provoked countless expeditions, tales of bravery, and even madness. Today, we're setting sail into the turbulent waters of history to unveil the enigma of El Dorado. The legend of El Dorado first emerged in the 16th century, whispered among the Spanish conquistadors. The name, translating to the Golden One, was initially associated with a tribal chief who was said to cover himself in gold dust during religious ceremonies. But as the tales traveled across the seas, the story morphed into a city, a kingdom, an empire, all shimmering in gold, studded with jewels, promising unimaginable wealth. The allure of El Dorado was irresistible. It ignited a gold fever that swept across Europe, enticing explorers to venture into the treacherous wilderness, driven by dreams of glory and fortune. Yet, this tantalizing vision of El Dorado was a double-edged sword. It represented not just the thrill of discovery and adventure, but also the dark underbelly of human greed and the devastating consequences of colonialism. For the indigenous populations, the arrival of these gold-thirsty explorers brought about an era of exploitation and suffering. Their lands were plundered, their cultures disrupted, and their lives forever altered in the relentless quest for the elusive El Dorado. As we delve deeper into this complex tapestry of history, we'll explore the broader implications of the El Dorado myth, its role in shaping the world as we know it, and the enduring lessons it offers us today. So, buckle up, fellow history enthusiasts. We're about to embark on a thrilling journey through time, across oceans, and deep into the heart of the Amazon rainforest. Join me on this thrilling journey through time as we unravel the mysteries of El Dorado. El Dorado was first mentioned by Spanish conquistadors during the 16th century, lured by the tales of a city adorned with gold and precious jewels. The very whisper of its name sparked a flame of curiosity and ignited the insatiable European desires for wealth and power. Imagine a world where the streets were paved with gold, where palaces glittered under the sun, and every corner held a promise of boundless riches. That was the vision of El Dorado, a dream so vivid and tantalizing that it became the beacon for countless explorers. But more than just a city, El Dorado was a concept, an idea that symbolized the untapped wealth waiting to be discovered in the New World. The allure of El Dorado was not just about gold or precious stones. It was about the promise of a new life, of unparalleled prosperity and prestige. For the highborn and the commoner alike, it was a chance to break free from the shackles of their old world and to carve out their destiny in a land unburdened by the constraints of their past. Yet the legend of El Dorado was also a reflection of the times. It was an era when nations were expanding, when the thirst for discovery was as much about asserting dominance as it was about seeking knowledge. The quest for El Dorado became a metaphor for the European ambitions of expansion and control, a symbol of their yearning to conquer the unknown. As the legend spread, it fueled a relentless drive for exploration and conquest. The dream of El Dorado drew men from all walks of life, from the noble knight to the hardened mercenary, all united by a single, burning desire. They were willing to risk everything, to brave the unknown, to endure hardships unimaginable, all in the pursuit of a dream. This dream, however, was not without its cost. For the indigenous populations, the arrival of these treasure seekers marked the beginning of a long and painful chapter in their history. But that is a story for another time. The promise of unimaginable wealth led many to embark on treacherous expeditions into the uncharted territories of the Americas. Thus, the legend of El Dorado was born, a legend that would resonate through the annals of history, forever shaping the course of human civilization. But as European powers expanded their territories and colonized lands, the quest for gold became a justification for imperialism and the ruthless exploitation of indigenous populations. The allure of El Dorado was not merely a fascination with the glittering metal. It was a symbol of the boundless riches waiting to be discovered in the New World. It served as a beacon, drawing explorers and conquerors to the shores of the Americas, driven by dreams of unimaginable wealth and power. However, this insatiable thirst for fortune came with a heavy price. As the European powers extended their reach, they trampled upon the rights and traditions of the indigenous peoples. Their lands were seized, their cultures dismissed, and their lives disregarded in the pursuit of gold. The glittering illusion of El Dorado quickly turned into a nightmare of oppression and devastation for these communities. The quest for El Dorado didn't just spur on the age of exploration, it also marked the onset of a brutal era of colonialism and resource exploitation. The indigenous people were forced to toil in the mines, their lives reduced to mere tools in the extraction of gold. Their vibrant cultures, rich histories, and profound wisdom were overshadowed by the European narrative of conquest and domination. The echoes of this ruthless exploitation still reverberate in our world today. Modern mining operations continue to ravage landscapes, pollute water sources, and displace local communities. The quest for gold, now replaced by the pursuit of oil, diamonds, and other valuable resources, continues to fuel conflict, inequality, and environmental destruction. Colonization brought devastation to the indigenous people as their lands were plundered and communities destroyed. The dream of El Dorado, rather than leading to a city of gold, led to a path of destruction and despair. As we delve deeper into the enigma of El Dorado, let us remember the true cost of the quest for gold and reflect on the lessons it offers for our present and future. Even today, gold mining continues to have a profound impact on the environment and the lives of those who live near extraction sites. It's as if the spirit of El Dorado lives on, but instead of a city gleaming with gold, we find ourselves amidst a modern gold rush. However, this rush isn't marked by explorers braving uncharted territories. Instead, it's characterized by extensive mining operations, exploiting the Earth's resources to meet the relentless demand for gold. In this modern era, the quest for gold has transcended the realm of legend and become a stark reality. From the vast mines of South Africa to the wilds of the Amazon, the Earth is being gouged and plundered, all in the name of progress and wealth. But at what cost? The environmental toll is immense. Forests are razed, rivers are poisoned, and biodiversity is lost. Moreover, the social implications are equally devastating. Communities are displaced, traditional ways of life are disrupted, and the health of those living near these sites is often compromised. Just as in the days of the conquistadors, the pursuit of gold today is not without its victims. The indigenous people, once again, bear the brunt of this exploitation. Their lands are invaded, their rights trampled, and their voices often silenced in the clamor for gold. Yet, it's not all doom and gloom. There are glimmers of hope, flickers of a brighter, more sustainable future. Governments, organizations, and individuals worldwide are beginning to recognize the need for responsible mining practices. Efforts are being made to minimize the environmental impact, to uphold the rights of local communities, and to ensure that the wealth derived from these resources is equitably distributed. But there's a long way to go. The modern gold rush, like the legend of El Dorado, is a symbol of our insatiable desire for wealth. It's a stark reminder that our actions have consequences and that our pursuit of progress should never come at the expense of our planet or its people. This relentless pursuit of valuable resources often comes at a great cost. The echoes of El Dorado continue to reverberate, reminding us of the price we pay for gold. Despite the dark history associated with El Dorado, positive changes are happening worldwide. In the face of adversity, communities across the globe are rising, reclaiming their rights, and advocating for a more sustainable and equitable way of life. Take, for instance, the indigenous communities of the Amazon rainforest. They are leading the charge against deforestation and are guardians of one of the most biodiverse regions on our planet. Their efforts remind us that the true wealth of a land lies not in its extractable resources, but in the richness of its ecosystems and the cultures that thrive within them. Similarly, inspiring initiatives are blooming in other corners of the world. In Africa, local communities are pushing back against the reckless exploitation of their lands. They are pioneering sustainable mining practices, ensuring that the pursuit of wealth does not come at the expense of the environment or their well-being. And let's not forget the global movement towards renewable energy sources. This shift away from fossil fuels and towards wind, solar, and hydroelectric power is not just a trend, it's a necessity. As we harness these renewable resources, we are reducing our carbon footprint and inching closer to a more sustainable future. But these changes are not happening in isolation. They are part of a larger global trend, a growing recognition that our planet's resources are finite and that we need to manage them responsibly. It's a shift towards a more equitable distribution of wealth, where the benefits of resource extraction are shared more broadly and not hoarded by a privileged few. So, as we venture into the mysteries of El Dorado, let us not forget the lessons history has taught us. Let us be mindful of the consequences that come with the pursuit of wealth, and let us work together towards a future where the true treasures lie in the preservation of our planet and the well-being of all its inhabitants.